Hey guys, welcome back. I have been gone for just a little bit, but I am back. You will be seeing more of me. I'm going to be posting videos weekly. That is the goal. But now I'm going to try to catch up on the curriculum flip-throughs that I've got really slack on this school year. I did some flip-throughs of my 6th grader. I think she did, or I did her English, and I think I did her science. I have not yet done her history. I will do that. But today I'm going to show you her electives. We always do, we have, the 4 core, but we kind of do a 5 core. We do math, English, history, science, and Bible. Always make sure there's some sort of Bible in there. And then we do electives. Depending on how heavy those 5 are, I'll, do 1 or 2 electives to go with it. Or more if, again, depending on how heavy those core subjects are. I don't want to give them too much and overload them. That's not fun. So this year, my 6th grader has those 5. Her English and Bible are actually combined, and then she's got her math that she does online, and then she's got history and science. So we've got 2 electives to go with that. Both of these were ordered off of Amazon. I will put a link to them in the description. And I'm going to give you some more ideas of some other electives that you could do. 6th grade is a good time to start exploring what they're interested in. Not so much like a career path. Now, if you've got a 6th grader that knows and they're telling you, I want to do this for the rest of my life, this is what I want to go to college for, things like that, then, go for it. Find things that they're interested in, that they want to do, and find courses. There's so many things. You can do online courses. You can, order book, actual, physical curriculum. There's so many things. Just dig into it and research it. But for this year, for my 6th grader, she is not saying anything like that she wants to do, definitely, or go to college for, or anything like that. So for this year, I chose one that I think she needs, and that was typing. And then she chose one, which was drawing. And I think this was actually, I did buy this one with her in mind. And then this one was a leftover from my oldest daughter. So y'all have seen me talk about this one before, but I'll show you again. Again, both of these were off of Amazon. They are not actual curriculum type books. There's no schedule in here. I don't know who the publishers are. I mean, there's like, a name on here, but it was just a total random scrolling through Amazon and just trying to find something that looked best and hoping for the best. Very pleased with this one. This one has worked great. I mean, typing is typing. Nothing really exciting about it. There are online programs you can use. I'd have to find it. There was an online typing program we used. I mean, you can just Google free typing software and probably, and find games and things that they can do. But I wanted to get something that was a little bit more, I don't want to say rigid, but like kind of more of a curriculum style. And I'll show you this in just a second. I'm trying to think of what the electives were that I did with my oldest daughter when she was in 6th grade, but it is totally leaving my brain. I do not remember. I know that my oldest daughter did the typing, but I don't know what grade she did that. I'm wanting to say 7th or 8th. But since my youngest is on the computer, she got a Chromebook for her birthday. No, I don't know. She got it sometime. She's doing school with the Chromebook because I knew she was going to be doing her math on that, and she had been doing math on a tablet. I knew I was going to have her do typing, so she's got a Chromebook, and she, has the tabs and things that she knows that she could go to, and it's got all the child restrictions, so don't come at me for giving my child a computer. It's got all the restrictions, so she uses a notepad feature on there and saves her typing, and then she's also able to pull up the app to do her math. We do teaching textbooks. All right, I'm gonna flip the camera around. I hope that maybe gave you some ideas. Just, Google whatever curriculum, if your kid is into, wanting to be an astronaut. I don't know, look up however it is that you go to be an astronaut. Google that. How do you become an astronaut? Look up classes and things that they can take. When you're homeschooling, for the most part, most states in the United States, it is, you get to pick the curriculum. And even if you don't get to pick the curriculum, if it's not a crazy heavy load that you're having to choose, that is being chosen for you, you still, you have the freedom to add to it. You can let them learn things that they're interested in learning aside from the stuff that they have to learn. So anyway, enough of that. So anyway, let me get to this. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you what these books look like in case this is something you're interested in. And you can also go on Amazon and look at them. I'm just not sure what the actual flip through and page views are on Amazon. So I'll flip this around and show you what it is. Okay, so here is the drawing. Again, this is just something I ordered off of Amazon. It says great for ages 9 through 12. Honestly, my 15, almost 16-year-old would do this. If I told her this was going to be her elective for next year, her senior year, she would be happy about it because she likes to draw and it's super simple. All right, so it says it's for kids. Obviously, it says it's ages 9 through 12, but honestly, anybody could use this. I wouldn't, maybe not anybody younger than 9 unless you have like a aspiring artist that's younger than 9. All right, here is the content, so let you look at that. Each activity has more than one activity. You know, there's more than one page per activity. So, I mean, you'll see there's 24 activities and 152 pages. So there's explanation pages, and then there's different pages where you do that activity. And it says in here, this is kind of the little intro thing. You can pause it and read that if you want to. It says here that all you need is a pencil, and for 99% of this, that's all you need is a pencil. I suggest a sketchbook to go with this. You're not supposed to draw anything in the book. It doesn't have instruction for that. It's just it shows you how to do it on your own paper. So a sketchbook, and then some of this, like some graph type paper would be good. But just, I mean, they could do it on notebook paper. I'm all about keeping stuff super simple and cheap. So, I mean, if all you had was notebook paper or, you know, computer paper, plain white paper, whatever you got to do to make it work, it'll work. But a sketchbook would be cool to go with this. And a good pencil. And then, you know, if my daughter's got all kinds of markers and things, so if you want to go a little extra on it, then, you know, go for it so they can color some of their work. So here's activity 1. And then you'll see here's a page, and it explains to them what they're doing and why they're doing it, and then gives them step by step of what the outcome is supposed to look like with each step. Basic types of lines and just basic drawing things, artist tips along the way. And then still see here we're in activity 1, but there's more to do. So as far as like a schedule, I have her do pretty much like 1 drawing activity a day. And she's going to finish this before the school year is done, I'm sure, and then I'll probably find her something else to do. But to keep our load light, and to keep her from getting, you know, aggravated with this and give her too much work, we just do 1 drawing activity a day. If she's done with her schoolwork and she wants to do more of this, then, you know, she does. So I know we're going to finish it before the school year's done. I'm not sure where she's at right now. I know she's way more than halfway point, and at Christmas break right now, we're at our halfway point. So I know she's going to finish it, and then I'll get to show you what our another elective is going to be that we're going to add to it. So super simple instructions, step by step of what they're supposed to be doing. And now we are in activity 2, building blocks, 3D shapes. It lays a lot of foundation for why they're doing what they're doing, and gives super simple explanations of how, you know, instructions of how to do these things. And then we're in activity 3. So there's a couple different drawing pages, you know, activity pages for them to do with each activity, like I was saying. But it's all laid out exactly the same, each activity. So as far as scheduling, like when she gets to this page, obviously she's not just going to do page 30 or just page 31. She's going to do 30, 31, and then 32. And that would be 1 day's work because this is actual drawing activity. And it's pretty well like that. I'm just going to do a little, grab a couple pages and flip through so you can see. My daughter is very much enjoying this. She doesn't, I don't think she considers this schoolwork. This is fun stuff for her. And this is from Amazon. Like I said, I just, you know, I ordered and hoped for the best. I knew I could return it pretty easily with Amazon if it didn't work out. And I actually did order another one at the same time that did not work out because it was not an instruction. It was just pretty much like, here, draw a cat. And I knew that wasn't going to work. So we went with this one, and I'm very pleased with it. This is comic book drawing. Okay, and then you get to the end here where I was talking about needing the pencils. This one is watercolor at the end, so, and it does give instruction on blending colors, so I would say a watercolor set, I mean, you can get those at Dollar Tree, I'm pretty sure, you know, a small set of some sort. if you can't, you know, go all out and get some sort of expensive thing. But it does give instructions on painting and blending colors here. So I think it would be a good idea. I think we have some watercolors. If not, I'm going to check, you know, Amazon, Walmart, Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has a lot of things that you wouldn't assume. All right, and that is it. So pretty simple. We're enjoying it. We're going to move on to the typing. So this was the one that I believed both of, you know, all of my kids need to have this skill. You know, by the time my 4-year-old is to this age, he's probably going to think this is a really outdated thing to know, but I think it's still a good idea. All my kids, you know, they know how to do the tablet thing and the remote control thing and the scrolling thing, but I wanted to make sure that they had typing skills. All right, so this little book has been through it. It went through my oldest daughter and is now going through my second daughter. It has this little pop-out stand in the back so that you can stand the book up and have it beside you as you're typing. And it's just again, basic. It just teaches the typing. Here's a table of contents to show the order of things that it teaches. You can freeze that and look at it if you want to. So the book stands up like so, and you just flip the pages over. It's got the picture of the keyboard. I think my oldest daughter made a copy of this page and put it above her desk that she was working on at the time. Notes to the teacher. And I just, you know, I give this book to my kids and, you know, let them have at it. They read the teacher notes and all that. And the way this book works, okay, so you're flipping through, you know, there's the basic teaching the hand thing. So we're on page 7. You flip through all the way to the end while it's sitting like this. Get to the end here. Last page, 48, 49, and there's page 49. You turn it around, and then you start going back this way. 50, and you work backwards. So you'd go through one set of pages, flip it, and then turn it around and do the next set of pages. So there is a total of, and I do a timer. There is a total of 93 pages here. So if you want to go by page and, you know, kind of give yourself an idea of what they would do for a schedule for your school year, you can do that. I do a time, and I don't care how many times they go through the book, and they will go through the book more than one time probably, but we do 15 minutes a day, and they save their progress on like a notepad or a Word document or something. And then they go back to it every day if they're in the middle of something. I don't make them necessarily go to the end of a page, depending on what it is. They just go through the end of the 15-minute timer, and then they go back at it the next day, and they pick up where they left off. So that is it. That's the 2 electives that my 6th grader is doing. I hope that information was helpful, and I will see y'all on the next video. Bye.